Hi guys, in the last video we had discussed the top 5 most interview questions, AWS interview questions. So this video we are going to understand the remaining top 5 most interview questions and answers. Okay. So if you are new here, please like, share and subscribe. Okay, shall we start? Yeah. Question number 6 is what is a CloudFront and how does it work? So CloudFront, it is a kind of Amazon web service which delivers the like contents over a network. So it is a kind of content delivery network service that accelerates the delivery of your web application web content by catching them at edge location around the world. So if there is a website which has a contents in a format of like html, css, javascripts and many more, like some media files in it. So by taking the approach of edge locations around the world, so it follows and it delivers the network by following this service, Amazon CloudFront service. So how it works? So it follows the edge location approach. So CloudFront catches the content at edge locations globally to serve the content to the users with low latency. Okay, if the like users is seated in a like a Mumbai location, if he is he put it there like a Mumbai location, then he will get with a low latency will get that content. If you put it like the US West like location there, edge location there, then he will the content in high latency. So because of that, it follows the edge location approach. So and the second point is origin. So original source of the contents, like if the files is in a format of HTML, CSS and JavaScript and some media files, so will store in the form of will store inside S3 buckets or EFS or EBS, which are attached to the EC2 instance. Okay. And third point is which is important, like distribution. So a cloud front distribution specifies the origin and defines how the content is delivered to the user. So we have to define the like origin of the contents in a distribution, and we have to define the what domain we are using therefore to deliver the users. Like domain means there is a website, so we have to specify that domain also inside the distribution. Okay, this is a basic important of CloudFront. Okay. So question number 7. So how does auto scaling works in AWS? So auto scaling, it's basically works. It's automatically adjust the traffic on based on their it adjusts the number of EC2 instance in your application based on the demand to maintain the performance and cost efficiency. If there is a like demand is high, so it automatically adjusts the traffic up to as we had mentioned in a scaling plans or scaling policy, so it goes up there. And if the demand goes down, so it goes down as well on basis of demand, on basis of as we had mentioned inside the scaling policies and plans in it. Okay, so how does it work? So first point is, in a scaling plans we have to define the desired behavior on different basis of, like if there is a matrix, like if we have to scale up and scale down on a basis of CPU uses or network traffic. So we have to define the in a scaling plans in it. Okay. And second point is scaling policy. So if the scaling policy is like when CPU utilization exceeds the 7% 70%, so we have to do some like if there is a like if whenever there is a instance and which has the CPU utilization exceeds the 70%, we have to launch another instance. So we have to mention in a this condition in a CPU scaling policies in it. Okay, how to scale. Okay. And third point is health check, which is important, like it ensures that only the healthy instances are running and automatically replacing the unhealthy ones. If the any one of the instance got disrupted, it is not working properly because of some reason, so the auto scaling groups automatically launch a new instance, and like that they will do this operation automatically. Okay, or based on their demands. Okay, so we'll see the next question. Question number 8. What are different types of storages in AWS and how do they differ? So first one is Amazon S3. It is a kind of simple service storage. Will use for storing will use for object storing purpose for storing and retrieval any amount of data from the anywhere. Okay. And second one is EBS. It is a elastic block storage. A block storage used for data persistent attached to the EC2 instance like a hard drive. Okay, it is a kind of persistent storage. And the third one is EFS. It is a elastic file system. So it is a scalable file storage for use with EC2 instance that can be accessed concurrently by multiple instance. Okay, if we have to concurrently access from multiple instance, so by that purpose we'll use EFS, elastic file system. And fourth one is Amazon Glacier. It is a low cost archival storage, like some like applications have built archival files. For storing this kind of archival storage purpose, we use Amazon Glacier, which is low cost archival storage intended for data that is infrequently accessed. Okay. And AWS Storage Gateway. It is a kind of hybrid storage service that connects on-premises software appliances with a cloud-based storage. Okay, it is a kind of hybrid storage service. Okay, these are different types of storages in AWS, and these are differences in it. Okay, we'll see the next question. 9. So question number 9, what is the AWS Lambda and what are its use cases? Okay, so AWS Lambda, AWS Lambda is a serverless compute service that lets you run a code without provisioning or managing a servers. Okay, so if no need to we have to launch the virtual server or anything on it, so it runs automatically. It is a kind of serverless compute service. Okay, so you only we have to pay, like only we have to pay for the compute time we have consumed. Okay, so you what are use cases for this? If talking about real time file processing purpose, so it automatically process the file, uploads to the S3 buckets, like we had if there is a web application, and so we are storing a files in S3 buckets, so it automatically generates the files like in S3 buckets. Okay, so no need to create the like EC2 instance and do some operation on it, so it automatically generates thumbnails for that images, like if there is a task or like that. And second one is event driven application. So if we have to trigger the functions in response like events, like changes in DynamoDB table or like that, means if there is a web application and we had attached like a NoSQL database in it, and we are doing some operation on it, so it automatically triggered the like triggered the changes in it. So for that purpose we'll use like this is a use case of AWS Lambda. No need to do like manual operation on it. And like backend service, we like third use case is if we have to build APIs without managing servers, for that purpose also we'll use AWS Lambda in conjunction with API gateway. Okay, so to build APIs without managing a servers. Okay, for that purpose also we'll go for AWS Lambda. And last one is question number 10. So what is the difference between RDS and DynamoDB? RDS, it is a relational database service, and DynamoDB, it is a NoSQL database service. Okay, so if talking about difference, like so first one is Amazon RDS. It is a relational database service that supports multiple engines like MySQL, PostSQL, like Oracle and SQL servers. If talking about DynamoDB, it is a NoSQL database service that offers key value and documented storage. Okay, so if there is a use cases like for like it structured data that requires complex queries and joins and transactions to perform transaction in it, so it is a kind of structured data. And if talking about DynamoDB, it is a kind of unstructured data or semi-structured data that requires low latency and high speed. Okay, to do operation on it. And typically it uses for large scale web applications or IoT use cases purpose. If there is a large scale application with there is a requirement for high speed operation, like low latency, for that purpose we'll go for like DynamoDB. And if talking about scalability point, if we have to do perform some vertical scaling by increasing the instance size or reading replicas for scaling rates, or that kind of need, will go for RDS. And if talking about like horizontal scalable with automatic partitioning to handle a large volumes of data and traffic, for that purpose we'll prefer DynamoDB. And if talking about schema, so we have to if there is a relational database set, we have to predefine the schema. Here you see, it requires to predefine the schema with the table, rows and columns in it. And in a DynamoDB, no need to predefine the schema. Like is it is a schema less approach. It meaning it can handle flexible data structure without predefining the schemas in it. Okay. So this is the end of this video. So this way we had understood the top most, which are most important AWS interview questions. And I had those interview questions are mostly important. If you had understood this amount of questions, then yeah, you will crack any of the AWS interview. Okay. So yeah, thanks for watching. Yeah, if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe.